This is the skate park.
Come on.
Okay, we're rolling. So, can you tell me your name?
Quentin, but Q for short.
Quentin McHugh,
And I'm known out here as the Catman.
the Catman, and Q is your what you're known by.
Yeah, because I tell people my name, and I say, I bet you 5 minutes, you'll forget. But if you're a Star Trek fan, you know who Q is.
Right on. How long have you lived in Slab City for, Q?
8 years.
8 years. And what brought you to Slab City?
I used to be in a 2-story, 3-bay metal building, but the owners sold it. So
What?
I moved out here.
So, where was the metal building at?
It was 5 miles south of El Centro, 14 miles south of El Centro and 5 miles north of Brawley, out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, wow. So you've always, or for quite a while, lived out in the middle of sort of nowhere.
Yeah, and I came from Watsonville,
Watsonville? Yep.
Santa Cruz County.
Oh, got you. Cool. And tell me what you're doing. What do you do in Slab City?
I have Paw Town Cats Sanctuary. I rescue all the abandoned cats, and I take care of the sick cats. I get them spayed and neutered. I'm getting them moved to Utah, San Diego, and LA, getting them out of the valley.
Oh my gosh! Wow. How many cats do you have?
Right now I have 56. The highest I had was 180.
Wow. How do you feed 180 cats?
I'm a nonprofit. I get donations. I go through 1,206 pounds of cat food a month.
Holy shit.
Wow. Do you like living out here?
It reminds me of the ghetto when I grew up in.
Oh, really?
But I'm used to it. Being in the military, I have an advantage. I was trained to live out in an environment like this.
Yeah. What branch of the military were you
Army.
in? In the Army. Did you ever deploy? Were you
I got out in '91. I was over in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan? Oh wow, no kidding.
We were testing the new toys: the Abram, the Bradley, the new Apache, the what was that? The Raptor, multi-strike force jet.
Yep. What's it like living in Slab City?
Boring. I mean, there's no clubs, there's no bars, there's no food.
Yeah, it's a pretty.
I'm lucky. I got 35,000 CDs. I got my own music.
Oh, you're a music guy,
I
huh?
used to be a DJ in Washington State.
Wow. Do you play any instruments? Just CDs, huh?
I can take music and I can redub it.
Oh, okay.
I want to learn how to play the guitar, but I can't. So many years of mechanic, my fingers lock up. So they had this thing called a keytar. It has the neck of a guitar and a organ keypad.
Oh
I
well,
want to get one of them.
that sounds cool.
And I want to learn to play the bagpipes.
That's cool. So
Nice.
where do you get food if you said there's no food out here? Do you have it delivered? I mean,
Oh no, you go. I ride a bike down to there's no eateries.
No restaurants out here.
Oh, they got this thing called Jake's and you have Maze, which is an overpriced 7-Eleven.
Uh huh. What's the social life like out here? Do you have some friends?
Oh, amateur radio and internet. 8 years, only been to 2 people's houses in 8 years.
You've been in 8 years. You've been to.
two.
What kind of drama? You said this place runs on drama?
Oh yeah, let's see. The edge of slabs, and the slabs turn, the days are slabs. Cops. Oh yeah, drama. Ooh, daddy. And there's more law enforcement out here. We have FBI, CIA, DA, Homeland Security, Forestry Department, Customs, Border Patrol, and locals.
Well, how come they're all out here? What are they doing out here?
Once I know they have this thing called Inter-Department Cooperation. It's one big family.
Huh.
And then we have the Civil Air Patrol.
they live out here?
No, they do patrol out here. Well, the people on the slabs are, we're cannon fodder. They train their recruits on us.
So,
Oh, you forgot your questions. Ooh.
I don't know. I just want to get a a little glimpse of your personality and sort of what makes you happy and what do you do? What do you do to feed your soul out here? Like, do you
Cats.
cats?
I love to cook.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. I mean, when I grew up, my mother has a picture of me at age 6 in my grandmother's restaurant on a step stool from a 12-iron wood stove. So I learned how to cook.
No way.
And I cook from scratch. None of that box.
No, yeah, that's not food, is it?
Only thing can't get no greens out here, can't get no chitlins out here, can't get no soul food, no black people food.
Yeah.
Unless you go to, what are you out here in Brawley?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I had my mom send it to me, put it in dry ice and from Wisconsin and ship it over here.
You grew up in Wisconsin? Yep. Do you do any art or anything?
Art? I do. I'm a video gameaholic. I mix music and I play with lasers.
Music and lasers. All right. That's pretty neat.
And I take things and take nothing and turn it into something. Like that gas grill, it was dead when I got it, now it runs.
Recycle, huh?
Oh, I like taking. I hear this voice saying, "Save me, save me," and I'm just a mechanically inclined person. I must keep busy.
Fantastic.
That what happens when you are overly hyper. Like most people, caffeine and sugar make them speed up. It slows me down.
Yep. Fantastic, Q. Thank you so much. I think that'll.
This is Tina.
What a pretty cat.
I mean, most of them are scared of other humans. I'm the only human they trust.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
And I don't advertise. You won't see me on the TV, you won't hear me on the radio, and you won't see me in the newspaper. I'm a cat magnet. These cats will show up, or people drop them off.
That is so cool. I'm so happy to know that you're out here.
This is Q's home. Q runs a cat sanctuary here.
At sunrise, as the moon was setting, I was all by myself. I had the belly board, swim fins, sat over the bubbles for an extended period of time, left without any conversation with anybody, and it's a rare moment when you can do that. Water temperature is 104, and the bubbles is like the shape of a light bulb. And if you just get in the center of the light bulb and you can hold it over the bubbles and put your neck back, it's like flying a hang glider upside down. You can't find that anywhere else. And if I left here and had to go back to San Diego, I would miss this place considerably. When does open or close?
It's either way, it's fine. How about we start with your name?
William Martin Armstrong.
And how long have you lived in Slab City?
Since 2007, so we're talking about almost 10 years.
10 years.
I
And
got burned out of the Witch Creek fire in 2007, and people said I could live out here, and I came out here.
Witch Creek Fire, was that
Witch
in?
Creek
Was that
in,
San Diego?
San Diego County in 2007.
Yeah, it was
2008.
bad. It was out east. Yeah, it was
It
bad.
burned from Witch Creek all the way to Claremont, and I couldn't return to Pamu Valley because we lost our house, and separation of my wife was final. So I brought this out here and parked it over there, moved around a little bit, and ended up here.
Nice. Do you like it out here? Yeah. What do you like about it?
There's no night and morning low clouds. No June gloom.
Yeah.
July shy. August disgust. Whatever it is.
No marine layer.
The marine layer. The coastal influence. I fly hang gliders.
Oh,
It used
yeah.
to be different. I could fly July the whole month. The weather's changed. Sometimes it's more radical, but it's not conducive. And that's the best reason for me to go to San Diego, except to see my sister and my daughter
Mm-hmm.
and my other family members.
Yeah. What's it like living out here in terms of the social aspect and just
Well,
interaction with
because
other?
I'm here on the Salvation Mountainside, there's no slabs here.
Mhm.
I'm fortunate I don't have to live on the other side where there's an abundance of everything that's Slab City.
Hmm. So you like being a little bit on the out. You're a little bit of a
Well,
satellite.
it doesn't blow my cover, but I'm here on the border, and I just want to keep this place from becoming dirty and abused. And they only have one guy doing it, and Ron, bless his heart, is the next best thing to Leonard Knight as you can get.
And Ron
And I'm
is
sure Ron is starting to feel the Lord when he's painting it and cleaning it, and he used a blower on it yesterday, and he was all proud because it was shiny.
Can you tell us who Ron is?
Ron, I call him Salvation Ron. He's the docent, manager, caretaker, gets paid X number of dollars a month. He's happy with it, and he likes it here, and he's going to stay here until it's finished.
So he takes care of Salvation Mountain.
He makes sure people don't hurt it.
Hmm.
And I just be here to let him know I'm here, and if he has any problems, I can help him. And I know the people aren't going to trash this part of the mountain.
Mhm.
They used to live over there, and they told me to move. And I said, no, I don't want to move. I said, I'll move 200 feet. So I come over here, and check it out. Underneath that pole, I think there's a marker of some sort. And it was purely accidental. When I got parked here, he did a perfect job. I found a marker, and I says, well, I need to put this pole somewhere, and I had a piece of concrete, so I just stuck it right on top of it, made it a monument, and now I can make this a flagpole or part of my teepee, whatever I want to try to get away with here, because I can't attract more attention than Salvation Mountain wants on this road.
I see.
They want me to be quiet and low profile,
Yep.
but yet just discourage anybody else from coming here, or trying to come in from behind him, or just
So you're sort of in a
yard
sense
dog security.
yeah, in a sense you're a little bit of security for
And I don't bark,
Salvation
and
Mountain.
I don't play drums here.
Uh-huh.
But he plays guitar, and he's got a brand new one, and he's a rock and roll player. And we're going to practice down the road up a canyon where nobody can hear us.
Uh-huh. So you play an instrument too?
Percussion,
Percussion, right on.
tuba, and harmonica.
Tuba and
I was
harmonica.
in a drum and bugle corps.
Huh.
I played all the valve instruments.
I'm sorry, military?
No, it was Pacific Beach, the Golden Albatross. I
Interesting.
carried a tuba, and I also I switched back and forth, drums and tuba.
Neat.
Double B-flat tuba.
And you
when I
were
went to Einstein, Kroc over on Conrad, it's a performing arts place now, they gave me a $900 double B-flat recording bass, which was for orchestra. It wasn't the circular thing, it was rectangular, and I've never seen one, but that's what I want to play.
that's cool. And you said you were a police officer?
Yeah, I went to police school in 67, and I went to the academy in 69.
In San Diego, you were a police officer? San Diego proper?
Insane to ego.
Oh.
I'm going to spell it for you. INSANE, smaller d, E, capital EGO. I don't go there anymore unless I absolutely have to see my sister or my daughter. Or go fly Torrey Pines and set another record there. Because I had it for 12 hours and 28 minutes. I don't know who has a longer one. But the way I'm going right now, trying to get this trademark on clothing for people that fly, I'm ultimately going to have to go back there, and even if I have to redo what I did before.
So
With lights, with permission, with paying the dues, with signing in. What else?
yeah. So
Operating before hours.
so you set a record for the
Because I
longest.
broke all these rules. I couldn't brag about it.
Oh.
And the guy that was my ground crew, Felix Means, he took off with my truck and didn't sign me in or pay my daily dues for insurance. And he didn't tell him what I was doing. Drunk. But I crashed to take off. Okay, check it out. I'm at Torrey, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:10, I want to be off. We get off at 4:12. I said, Felix, turn me loose. No, I said, Felix, turn me loose. No. Felix turned me loose, and he scared me, so I ran over. And I popped up, and I started going up, straight up. I said, Felix, you all right? Didn't hear shit. I go a little higher, and I yell again, Felix, you all right? Not a fucking word. So now I'm about 100 feet up, and I have to yell at him. And everybody, I'm going to wake up Larry and everybody else that's sleeping at Tori. But now they need to know I'm off, you know? I said, Felix, are you all right? He says, no. What am I supposed to do? Land and give you first aid? I told you, get the fuck out of my way. He's a Marine. He should be able to follow orders, you know? Well, if he went to Europe and he's dead now. So I'm sure he fucked up over there and somebody couldn't stand him and killed him.
Yeah.
His brother was a San Diego police detective. I should have met him too.
Mm-hmm.
I called him Mean Felix.
Yeah.
Because he would lock you up in a dumpster if he thought it was his.
Yeah.
Just to make a point.
Yeah. I'd love to hear more about Slab City. Just kind of interested to know.
Yeah, well, it's so much cleaner here than San Diego. I mean, the bathrooms here are relatively nice compared to what I see at Torrey Pines.
Uh-huh.
They've got 4 shitters out there for 1 million people. We've got one for just a couple, you know.
What
But Torrey Pines is a parking lot now for 1,000 cars, and it's no longer a nationally recognized, soaring, non-motorized park.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Chargers are gone. Maybe the Padres will go. Hang Light's coming back as soon as I get back in town with my clothes
Right on.
and my video.
How about the Oasis Club? What's that about? What happens over there?
You pay $25 a season.
So
You get free coffee.
Slab City members can pay $25 per season, and
Get
it
coffee.
just gives you a place to hang out and have coffee.
Have coffee every morning at 7 o'clock.
A little coffee shop. And
And it's been going on for years, and they may have close to 150 members now.
we got a good little business going.
If when you guys go and do this, I'm thinking like a Monopoly board game or something Carmen San Diego. Every place takes you to another little community where they're all doing a certain type of craft or service, and there might be 8 different little communities where they have parties at various times of the week, and everybody has a night where it's their turn to have the party, and keeps everybody something to do.
Out here in
someplace to
Slab
go.
City.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And Jimmy, as an example, he'll have, Sunday he was supposed to set up his drums for me, because I'm buying them, and he has a venue where people give him $5 to come inside of his
Yeah,
little camp.
we met him. He's good. He's a nice guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's I forget the name of his
The Viper.
Viper. Yeah.
So he's been doing that for a couple of years. I mean, his setup the way it is right now is a couple of years, but it took him a year or 2 to get it out here, I think.
Nice.
And sometimes he'll have 30 people. One time he might have had 100.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, and then there's East Jesus, and I don't think you'll find Jesus out there, but it's quite colorful.
Yeah, we met those guys too. This is our second day out, so
Okay.
we met East Jesus and the Cornelius over at the library, and Bob at the hostel.
Oh, now it's Bob. Okay,
Now it's
last
Bob.
month it was Baloo.
Right.
And Baloo took his motorcycles. He was renting motorcycles out of that hostel.
Oh, really?
And he was parked over here on the main road for Saturday sale on the boulevard. Everybody brings their vehicles out and all their wares, and have a trade show.
Oh, hi, dog.
My favorite.
All right, I think that's.
Jackie, how did you get painted? How did you get... How did you get... Compass.
This is Bill's place.
Dead driver.
He lives in
Upside down dead driver.
2 RVs.
Most green I've ever seen around here. This place really bloomed since we got all this rain.
He lives right next to Salvation
It's
Mountain.
totally awesome when you find one.
Come on up.
Free hands and no stencils. Check it out.
Yeah, I went out there.
You know what I mean?
That's gorgeous.
What a... Motif. This one here is the one we...
These are the tanks next to Salvation Army.
You can walk over there.
Yeah, just walk all the way around, get on the other side so you can see off the dimensions. Having drug and alcohol problems, and I've been leaving them alone, but
This is the tanks that are near Salvation Mountain. All right, we're rolling. So I'm Lowell. Can you tell me your name?
Oh, my name's Dave Huntington. They call me Pastor Dave or Preacher Dave around here.
Right on. How long have you been in Slab City?
I've been in Slab City for about 14 years now.
Yeah. What brought you out here?
I came out here investigating free campgrounds around Southern California and just sort of never left.
Yeah. Were you traveling prior to that? Were you just kind of...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Investigating free campgrounds.
Huh.
My wife and I were living in our RV and going through the Woodall's free campground book. And we rolled in here and just sort of never left.
Oh, nice. And my understanding is you run a ministry of sorts?
Yeah, I run a ministry here. We have services on Sunday, and actually Monday through Saturday we do a Bible study every morning, and there's a few other activities during the week, as well as helping provide for people's needs with a food bank and a clothing bank and some emergency housing.
Who do you have the people that are making donations to support your endeavors here, or how does that work?
Well, actually, the way it works out is I take my requests to God, and people pop up out of the woodwork.
Right.
There's some people that fairly regularly make donations, the same people each time, but it's not really on a particular schedule.
Yeah, it just happens when you need it.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all God provided. I don't actually have an income myself.
Mm-hmm. Nice. You just are provided for, huh?
Amen. He's a good God.
That's good stuff. Are you is there a certain denomination, or are you just
No, I'm not
Christian
affiliated with any particular denomination.
Yeah.
I am a Christian.
Yeah.
Jesus is Lord, and God is good all the time.
Yeah. I was raised Southern Baptist. Yeah. Can you tell me, just give me some idea of what it's like to live in Slab City, and what are the people like, and what's your experience been, having been here for so long?
Well, Slab City is possibly unique in the whole United States in the way that it's a pocket off of the mainstream. We're only 4.5 miles out of town, but we are the other side of the tracks. Literally. You have to cross the tracks to get here.
Yeah.
Although from the other perspective, you have to cross the tracks to get to town.
Yeah, you look at the town as the other. So you look at the town as
Yes,
as the other side of the tracks.
I suppose there's always somebody on the other side of the tracks.
Right. That's true.
It all depends on which side you're on. Anyway, and because there's no real reason to be here, we're in scrub desert, and we're in a county that's one of the poorest counties in the United States. There's honestly no good reason to be here except for the occasional person that just loves scrub desert.
So can you tell me, can you explain why there are hundreds of people that live out here?
People end up gravitating here for various reasons. There's been a few movies and many documentary projects that document the slabs. Sometimes people see those and get romantic notions. We've long been at least a layover spot on the route of vehicle and foot nomads in this country, going all the way back to the 50s when they decommissioned this as a military base. It started being a stop on the fruit picker circuit, mostly a winter stop.
Oh, for the
folks on it, for migrant workers doing fruit picking. And currently, there's just an immense number of nomads in this country.
Yeah.
From people just kicking around in an old car, ostensibly because they can't figure out anything better to do, to people that have distinct vocations and professional skills that just prefer to be mobile.
Mm-hmm.
And we get from the range of the nomads, whether street kids and road kids, all the way up to the snowbirds that have been coming here for years, that'll roll in with $300,000 Class A's.
Right.
Some of them all the way down from Canada,
Yeah.
just to escape the cold.
Yeah.
We've also become a stop on you call it the modern migrant worker circuit, that when a lot of the folks are finished working in the pot fields in Northern California, and it starts to get cold up there, they'll come down here in winter.
What's the range of what's the demographic? Is it like
all over the place? As I say, well, actually, two things. The representation of people of color, especially in the younger age ranges, is very low.
Okay.
And then specifically, we don't see that many Hispanic people here.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I found it strange because we're actually sort of right smack on some major smuggler highways to come into the country. I've talked to people around that grew up around here who talk about running illegals like other people talk about their first job at a burger joint. And as I say, in a county that's one of the poorest counties in the United States, as long as I've been here, the unemployment rate in Imperial County has been running around 30 or 33%.
Wow.
As compared to like 8 to 10 for the nation as a whole.
Yeah.
And when you can get $100 a head running illegals.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it does.
Then I realized that the reason we don't see like a bunch of immigrants that they're this far inside the country, might as well stop here. It's because if they wanted to live this way, they'd stay in Mexico.
Right. It's true. Yeah,
they're looking for something a little more
different.
upwardly mobile.
Yeah, right.
And as I say, the demographic of economic range runs from very well off enough to support the lifestyle of driving around in a $300,000 Class A, down to the dirty kids, the street kids. That this has just become a stop from other places in the country because it gets cold in the northern part. San Diego gets sort of wet and chilly this time of year.
Yeah.
And so we see a lot of folks that show up again on the weather-related thing and everything in between, including a lot of people that you might look at and see just another dirty hippie, but it's actually people with some skills, whether artistic or otherwise, that just choose to live on the road.
Yeah. San Diego's not particularly inviting for the homeless either. If you don't have a home, they don't make it super easy for you. So this is easier that way, I would assume. I've been really impressed with how nice everybody's been. Really have not had any kind of negative response to any interactions. Everybody's been kind. Not everybody wants to be on camera, but everybody's been nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like a nice group of people. Trying to think of what else I would like to know. Maybe more about your ministry, because that's specifically like that's your thing. So maybe tell me a little bit about your ministry.
Well, this ministry, I consider it sort of frontline trenches ministry. even 20 or 30 years ago, in talking to people about Christ, there were certain Christian underpinnings of society that people knew, even though they didn't know they knew them, that you could count on building on. Things have changed over the years, between secularization and the rise of pagan belief systems, spiritism, earth worship, all of this sort of thing, and the rise of the new atheism. Here in particular, you have to start from first principles. Okay, everything we know has a creator, right? My cell phone, I didn't find it in the middle of the desert and know that time plus matter plus chance came together and it just made itself. And work from there on up. Also, it's frontline trenches because there's a lot of need here.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about the services you're providing too?
For most of my adult life, I've just been of the mind that I need to have extra food around because there'll be somebody that comes along that needs something.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much if I got 2 top ramens and somebody needs one of them, they're welcome to it.
Mm-hmm.
But starting several years back here, God just really started to bring me to resources to be a food bank, for one. And secondly, just before that, he spent a lot of time removing things from my life that were bad from ministry. Drug use issues mostly.
Mm-hmm.
And just brought me to a place where I put down the things I was doing, including tobacco, and just stepped away from them.
That's fantastic.
And that was about 7 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And the ministry's just really taken off in that time.
Yeah.
And while my wife was still alive, she died 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. While she was still alive, we partially funded the ministry from her Social Security disability. But there was still a lot of donation stuff coming in. And then when she died here 2 years ago, as I say, I had to sit down and think, okay, wait a minute, am I gonna have to sit down and design a fundraising program and start putting some of my time into fundraising in order to support the real stuff I do? I said no. And about that time, a man from the late 19th century, George Mueller, was brought to my mind. He started out in Bristol, England, and noticed all of these street urchins running around. Think Dickens' story, street urchins, since we're talking England and we're talking the 19th century. And he thought something should be done, and so he prayed on it, and resources came his way to open an orphanage. And in that orphanage, and eventually orphanages across the UK, his rule became, we never fundraise or ask people for things, we pray. And he has something like 8,000 documented responses to prayer, most of them on the order of the staff coming to him in the morning and saying, look, Mr. Mueller, we have nothing to feed the children. He says, well, bring them in, get them seated, I'll be at prayer. And here comes the milkman knocking on the door saying, I don't know why they gave me all this milk on this route. Can you use it? And I know one of them, there was a convention of some sort that was supposed to be coming in on a special train to the local hotel. You know, when they had all of these trays made up for the meal they were supposed to eat at the hotel. Well, the train was delayed, and so they contact him and say, hey, we've got all of these trays already made up. Can you use them?
That's crazy.
And just wonderful stuff like that. And so I set out on that vein.
You've sort of model that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And God provides more than we can ask or imagine, Scripture says. And so anyway, the food just comes here.
That's great.
And God trusts me to steward it and find good homes for the food, for clothing that gets dropped off, for other necessities. And through that and through doing Bible studies and different events, I get to proclaim Christ to people and minister to their lives by pointing them to Jesus Christ as the answer to whatever question you may have. And particularly in the area that, by and large, in modern culture, we've secularized people's outlooks so much that a purpose to life is no longer apparent.
Yeah.
And so people, for instance, turn to drugs, in part at least, because having a drug habit now gives you a purpose. My purpose is to do drugs. And I can point them on to a better purpose. Glorify God and enjoy Him forever. It's the first answer, and that's the answer to the first question in most catechisms. What is the chief end of man, i.e., what is my purpose on this earth? To glorify God and enjoy Him forever. And people, whether current believers or not, they know I'm here. They come to me not only for material needs, but for spiritual needs, counsel. It's well known, for instance, as far as people's drug issues or whatever, that I've been there. So they don't have to tell me what it's like or where it's at. They know when I talk about what it's like, that I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
It's long been almost a rule of thumb in drug and alcohol counseling, I'm told, that if you want to be a drug and alcohol counselor, really you have to be there. Otherwise, you're going to go to counsel people and they're going to look you in the eye and tell you you don't know what you're talking about. And they'll be right.
I can see that, yeah. Thanks a lot. I think that pretty much gives me a good picture. Yeah. This is Preacher Dave's backyard where he does backyard ministry, religious services.
You got it?
I'm ready. Why don't we start with your name?
The 420 Doc.
You're the 420 Doc.
Yeah, welcome to the land of Miss Victorious, but we're all here because, well, we're not all there. Yeah, actually, we're the state's most cost-effective institution. They don't even have to buy us their toilet paper. Gotta be proud. We're not all there.
Why do they call you the 420 Doc?
You dressed to 420?
Uh-huh.
A nice doc. Yeah, but problem is that people kept coming up and asking me how my kitchen was doing. I didn't have a kitchen. So we added the suffix to 420 on there so you could tell which one was which.
Yeah. Nice. What? How long have you been in Slab City?
About 7 years. Been in the Valley 17.
Do you stay here year round?
Yeah.
What brought you to Slab City?
The shorty bus.
The what?
My shorty school bus and sheriff's deputy severing papers to get us off our last squat.
Where were you living?
Keystone 111, twice at the same intersection. One time on a second-hand dad's parents' defunct auction yard, and the other time, kitty corner to that, was a two-story, three-bay garage. Used to belong to a friend of ours, Chino, but after he had to leave the auction yard, he about the same time got the unfortunality of rolling under a truck. We're good enough friends, they had the keys, so we moved in there. And let's see, we had the canal. There was a crack in it the county never fixed, so we kept the cisterns full. Had a salt cedar a leach field for the toilet, so it kept going. Had a security pole down there that the light had been out, and Chino had already turned around so that the line came down the back of the pole and fed the building again. There's a power plant down there that only runs when there's federal funding. Otherwise, they run in standby mode with very loosely guarded routers, so they use them as like backup internet. So when beam speed stopped, at least had something to hop on and go and say, "Hey, it stopped working."
Can you tell me just a little bit about what like daily life is like in Slab City?
I live in a trailer under a tree. I be a slabber, that would I be. I wake in the morning, I bake through the day. I wouldn't have it any other way. You say Slab City, they know where you hail. Mailing addresses, they can't get no mail. Bandit the dump, bandit the fill. They ain't got no place to send a bill. We bathe with our neighbors, we sleep with our friends. Fun and the gossip, it never ends. Live in a trailer under a tree. I be a slabber. Honey bee.
Where's your stage, man? you need a stage. You're a theater performer. Do you do any performance?
Yeah. Well,
like-
all existence is sort of performance, isn't it?
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here. I know. Right here now. But I'm wondering, like, there's what's the
range?
The range? Yeah. You ever perform up there or anything?
I have once or twice. They also function at a roller, try and keep people happy.
Where I don't even know. I'm stuck. What keeps you here?
What keeps me here? Well, they have to drag me out or carry me out. It's membership without rulership.
Membership without rulership?
Oh, it's sort of like a family here. Some people say, "Oh, Rainville family." I say, "Hell no, Kearney family."
Do you ever leave?
I'd say in the past 17 years, I've managed to make it out some to 2-3 hours.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, I was born in Pittsburgh, Germany, near Rhineland-Pfalz. He's a military brat. Out of there before I was out of SWAT. Been all over the place, you know, and this and that. Some years ago, I spent a few years with the doctors playing, I don't know, polo or something, my gods. But when I got done, I just ended up drifting down this way. I was working all the way up till day came around. But
Or what did you do for work?
I'm a software engineer. Started working on computers before there was an Apple or a Microsoft. Was already into the internet stuff when it sort of went public in '94. You know, was the first servers. I've done work for Netscape. I've done some for digital equipment, Alta Vista, things like that. Right servers, right client-side software, databases.
Do you live here by yourself or?
Deb's here too. Somewhere around.
Yeah, it's a partner. Yeah. Did you guys meet here or come here together? Or?
No, I was already here when Dev came.
So you met here. Nice. Yeah, they were kind of interested in meeting some people that had met here. So that's an interesting aspect, I think.
You know, there was one time for the Charlie Sheen movie, The Bad Batch. I don't think it's out yet. But they had a little catacall thing down there at the end. And had this big, huge blue sheet. You know, and it's like, oh, your little name and stuff up here. And down here, taking the things are in this vast territory. Just begging. Because this is extra skills. I'm like, nah, they don't want to know about the computers. They're like, no. They want something interesting. So I put down, able to ride a bicycle backward, no-handed, while wearing a dress and drinking a beer.
I could do that, I
That's
think.
a skill.
I could do that.
I like your cat. Can I take a picture of your
Backwards?
cat?
Backwards, yeah. I can ride on handlebars.
Can I take a picture of your cat?
I learned that as a
Backwards,
kid.
no-handed, while wearing a dress and drinking a beer.
I might be able to do it.
Oh, yeah.
A unicycle.
I can ride a unicycle too, so I could probably do that.
That'd be cheating. Besides, we have to do it in traffic. Slab traffic!
That's funny.
How far back are you going with all these people? How many have you gotten to talk to?
This is my second day out, and today we've probably talked to 4 or 5 people, and I think the other time we were here, we talked to 4 or 5 people. So we've got like 10 people, and I'm trying to find people that have been here a while, not people that are here and only stay here during the winter and have only been here for a year or 2.
Well, you know, if you want to make sure that you got the real ones, come about the end of April, you'll see the last of most tail plates. And there's some that are hardy enough that they'll stay out till May 15th, but then they run back to the police and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, it takes 2 years to be a slabber. You know, that first year, by your like genetics or your upbringing, or maybe your sheer orneriness, you might make it through. No, that's not the test. No. It's at the precipice of that second summer. Are you stupid enough to do it again?
That's funny. Cool. I think that's really great. Thanks for taking some time to talk to us.
Sure.
Yep. So.
No, this place here goes and gets the real fun stuff, and it'll be a place for commission-free art. So to people who make the jewelry, and Danita who makes her little knitted mushrooms. And we're gonna go and have some place to go and show that stuff off all the time.
Well, what would I call this? Would it be what's the road? Is there a road? Like what would I?
420 Low.
420 Low. Okay.
420 Low's the address.
Yeah.
And you ask just about anybody out in the slabs, you know, where the 420 is.
Yeah,
Or
that's
where
right.
the 420 dock is, you know, and they'll know.
What?
Yeah.
And your what? I'm sorry. What was your name again?
The 420 dock.
The 420. That's right.
Yeah.
Cool. Right on. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Making fun with you for a couple of. I went and told him the joke up back at Maze.
That's funny.
Yeah, he was in a good mood. He didn't strap me up underneath one of the mules.
Families? Anybody come to mind?
Well, I'm not sure if any of the families here would want to come on a camera.
They might not be
Yeah.
receptive. That's fine.
I'm not sure, you know, it's just like, because, you know, it's like, people are vulnerable out here.
Mm.
I'm not sure that they want to go and take the extra chance of do-gooders.
Yep. Totally get it.
We're going to rescue you. Yes. From t-shirts and shirts, we're going to rescue you. Turn you into a monk.
Cool.
That's funny.
Alrighty.
Oh my goodness.
First fire starts in this can full of perforations and holes and has some upright sticks in it. That fire in turn starts a second fire that's fed from the back with continuous pieces of limb, so you don't have to cut it up into chunks.
Nice.
Ah.
This is
Also,
the stove.
it's built in a bouncy chair frame. You know, ones that didn't have the back, it just has the loop going around. So, you know, if the sheriff steps out there doing something really interesting, you know, thump, 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 and you're sitting there cooking. You do.
I used to pound tires. Built some cool things.
This is coming on a bit at a time, you know. I've only been in this spot for a year and a half as far as the last tree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping to get this up.
This is 420 Doc's house. I'm rolling. Camera's rolling.
Okay.
Can you just tell me your name?
I am Caribe.
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 And you're from
I am Morena from island of Puerto Rico,
Puerto Rico.
Caribbean.
Oh, right on.
from the Caribbean.
And you've been here for
25 months, a little over 2 years.
yeah. And are you staying year round, or you leave during the summer?
I'm a slabber. I'm considered a slabber.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, this is my my third summer.
Huh. What brought you to Slab City?
Free camping.
Free camping.
Yeah, you know, it's a free country, right? So free camping. Why should I pay to put my truck over there?
Yeah.
So then I decided to stay.
Yeah.
You know,
And you like it?
I have adapted very well. You know, I've done my research. I've done my reconnaissance. So interesting place. So it's not what we saw on YouTube originally.
It's not.
No, it's not that. I thought it was going to be that rage all the time. Actually, it's not.
Tell us what it is then.
It's quiet, man. Everybody wants peace. Everybody wants. Hold on.
Oh, that's one of the ones that bite you, huh?
Yes, they're bad. Everybody wants peace. Everybody wants quiet. Everybody wants good neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody likes, you know, to assist and be assisted.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's about. You know, it's a more community. It's a small community coming back together. You know, what is it? And
That's what I've experienced. I've experienced everybody to be really kind and really.
it's interesting. People come here for many reasons. We're all dysfunctional. In here, the whole world is dysfunctional, for God's sake, you know. But the ones that are, hold on, I just don't like these things.
It's a horse. We have horseflies
I
buzzing
hate
us.
them. I just don't.
You ready for him?
Yeah, I'm brown. But it's an interesting place. The people you meet, people coming from all over the world, you know, travelers, transient, people that been doing the research for many, many years to come here. And finally they get the chance. They decide to come and stay. And they come in the summertime. And they come 10 a.m., you know, you come from the little motel, whatever, packed up, whatever. And then, it's back there. And then, next day they're gone.
Oh, it's too
Or
hot.
that
Too hot
afternoon
in
they're
summer.
gone. Or somebody tells the lady, you've been in the shade for the past 4 hours just drinking water. Get out, leave, go.
Oh wow.
You know, others die. People have died here. People move and
Dehydration and
health issues.
yeah.
A lot of people with
It's a
health
harsh,
issues.
harsh environment, huh?
Harsh environment. People come here. I've heard young people coming here to learn how to survive. Really, get ready.
It's a real deal, huh?
Yeah, it's a real deal. You know,
Yeah.
it is. My first summer was 124. My second, last summer, 130. The high.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's 98 in my camp up there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mid of March.
It's coming.
So-
It's coming.
You know what that means? Yes, it's coming. The
Yeah.
heat is on.
Yeah.
The heat is on. So
What It's got to be more than free camping that makes you stay. Is it?
you know, people here talk about I heard people I got stuck.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean you got stuck? I got stuck.
You hear that from people?
Yes. And basically that's basically what happens. We get stuck.
People can get stuck here.
No, in your other world.
No,
Oh, here?
no. We get stuck.
Almost. Oh, did you get him? Almost.
We get. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Now it's dead. I disintegrate them.
One
Sorry.
down.
Yeah.
Few million to go.
That's the third of the season.
So people get stuck.
People get stuck. People don't want to find their ways out. People eventually find this place like, I survived one summer. What is gonna get hotter? Then I drink more water.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But I've talked to people that they receive money. They're receiving funds, and then they decide here not to spend the money in an apartment. Then it's free camping.
Mm-hmm.
They have it nice setups, whatever, or they're on disability, retired.
Yeah.
On whatever.
You seem like a pretty creative guy. Are you an artist or a musician?
I'm not an
or-
artist.
No.
I just put up things together and voila, there you
Yeah.
have it.
You have a good sense of design. The place feels good. You know.
Thanks. One day at a time. 95% of the things are given, are found
Yeah.
here in Slab City.
Mm-hmm.
I brought some things. The trailer is mine, the van is mine, and a lot of wood and things I brought with me.
Right.
But
I guess when people leave, people probably
people leave, people get burned out.
Mhm.
I do the wrong thing, he doesn't agree, she doesn't agree, they don't agree. I keep doing that thing, or I threaten somebody and I'm creating problem. Then it's time for me to go.
They'll burn you. They'll burn you out.
There's a rule here. You don't like your neighbors, move. It's free. So leave this and move somewhere else. If you don't like him, her, them, then pack up and go.
Yeah.
Because this is not yours.
Right.
It's free land.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's the basic idea. And respect, don't come here to camp and start bringing music and noise and discomfort. Because
Partying's not really welcome. Within reason.
within reason.
Yeah.
It's come on, it's free camping. It's like living. There's people here that really live, that are retired on disability. They just don't want to spend money.
Yeah.
$800 for an apartment.
More.
Yeah, I know, a one-bedroom apartment. A studio like this big, in San Francisco. Yeah, $800 probably
More
corner.
than
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
Okay,
Thousands.
okay. So here we go. So
Yeah.
nothing has changed. The country gets richer, supposedly, right?
So do you think you'll stay here, or do you have a plan, or
For now, this is it.
you're happy and until something
Happiness is a feeling. I feel happiness in occasions. I feel depression in occasions.
Yeah.
It comes and goes.
Yeah, sure. But you're not planning to move until something different or interesting comes
I cannot
along,
tell
and
you.
yeah, that's interesting.
A snake beats me tonight and I die. So
Do you see a lot of snakes?
there's snakes, yeah. Rattlesnakes and scorpions.
Oh yeah.
I can deal with scorpions, not snakes.
You hear them? They advise you.
Yeah.
Or if they're small, you don't hear it.
Yeah.
But
They're scarier almost.
the
huh?
smallest ones are the ones you have to
'Cause they don't
watch.
attract they don't
They don't
preserve
control.
their venom. Yeah.
They push too much.
And they don't
And
have
you're gone.
and they don't have rattlers.
It's too small.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Cool.
What do you do to entertain yourself? Like, how do you occupy your time?
to occupy my time building this place. Just keep adding here, that. Just trying to do something.
Do you socialize at all? Do you have friends that you?
I socialize
little
with
bit.
some people here, like everybody else. Not too many of them. Up here, too many of them are too challenging.
You're very selective.
You have to be.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
There's
What's the drug scene like here? Is there a lot of drugs? Is it?
just cannabis.
Yeah.
And meth.
I was wondering if is there a lot of meth?
They come and go.
I was curious.
The summer comes, they leave. The
Yeah.
summer leaves, they
Mm.
come back with the season.
I can see that.
So,
But the people that stay here, generally, that's not their thing. They're,
I don't know. I mean,
yeah, you can't speak for
there
everybody,
might
huh?
be residents that do it. I don't know.
You can't speak
and
for, I understand,
don't
you can't
care.
speak for everybody, yeah.
You know, I visit the ones that smoke cannabis. Then those are the ones I visit. Oh, you do that thing, you do other things. No, I don't visit you.
Yeah,
We
no.
have nothing in common.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go visit you. You're gonna be smoking your stuff. No. Okay, I go to her camp and we smoke cannabis. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
We have drink a beer. Perfect. That's it.
Yeah,
Nothing, nothing heavy.
right.
Nothing, that's gonna.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Other than that, some people drink and a bunch of alcoholics.
Just like
And you-
just like
they-
everywhere.
Yeah, and during the summer, you see they're drunk. Daytime, but they drink water. You
Beer
know.
and water?
They drink a beer and they drink a glass of water.
Uh-huh.
They drink a beer, they drink water. That's the only way.
Yeah, because the
that's
alcohol will dehydrate you, huh?
And kill you
Yeah.
faster.
Yes, the summer when it starts to get hot, you feel it. The heat drains you.
How much water do you have to try to drink in a day?
I drink around almost 2 gallons a day.
That's a lot of
At
water.
least a gallon and a half.
Yeah,
At least.
Huh.
That's for sure.
right,
Before noontime I've drank half a gallon, easy.
right.
No more coffee. It's Gatorade, water, something liquid.
Sure.
No beer, no alcohol.
Something replenishing, huh? Yeah.
And good eating. You gotta feed yourself here.
Mm-hmm.
You deplete yourself here of some nutrition and
Where do you get your food?
in the store.
How do you handle refrigeration?
Solar, a little refrigeration with a little.
So you have a regular refrigerator that runs off of
Oh,
solar?
that's sweet.
Nice.
And then the water gets delivered. Then you filter. You put some chlorine to kill bacteria. You filter.
Yeah.
There you go. You got basically purified water.
All right. It's cool.
To cook, you can cook either. A lot of people cook with wood.
Mm-hmm.
They just scatter wood everywhere, and other people cook with propane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
There's no electric here.
Unless you have a
so-
generator.
The generator, yeah, but imagine every time you're gonna cook or make a coffee.
Right.
So people drink iced tea or iced coffee or things like that.
Yeah.
Everything.
Cool.
There's the slab showers. Is the water, I guess, out of the hot springs. It cools down. It's dropped in a pipe, and it goes to the canal underground,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why we call it slab showers. And it's much cooler water, or the canal, jump in the canal.
Oh, okay.
I mean, trip. You're not supposed to jump. You trip and fall in the canal, and you're not swimming. You're floating. So you trip, so you're not swimming. You yourself.
Yeah.
You have to move your arms.
So there's a canal over here with irrigation.
not allowed to.
Irrigation.
No,
water.
that water goes to India. From the India gets processed, and I think goes to LA.
Oh, really?
All the water that comes from the Colorado River towards California ends up in LA.
Yeah. That's cool.
Water is big business.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It is.
Remember, a lot of limousines there to wash, to keep it clean. Big houses to clean.
Yeah, it's true. Lawns to water.
Lawns, big lawns,
Yeah. Right on.
and a lot of alcohol to produce, and a lot of places, a lot of showers,
Yeah.
a lot of flushings. So,
I think that's good. What we've got, just to sort of get an idea of, your outlook and what it's like. So I'm gonna stop the video, and then if you want to show us around, that would be
perfect,
great.
sure, no problem.
Thank you. This is the little area where we shot the interview.
Government or an assisted service or a program of the government assisting me that follows me and then restricts me of leaving California or the country when I swear to protect and all that. No,
Yeah.
Constitution. Then what Constitution? It's like prostitution to me. Yeah, it's too much, Don't get me started with the government. Oh, no. Don't get me started. Come on, let me show you. Let me keep being nice. Come on in. Now your friends a bunch of drug addicts, alcoholics, good for nothing, and you use them. So
Who are you?
tell me the truth. Who are you?
Yeah.
Don't lie to me anymore. Tell me the truth. So let me show you the back. When I moved here, I didn't have all my tools. I had
Right.
some people some friends come around here, and so he was raised with two parents that they were well educated engineers, mechanical engineers, and
Here now.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Where's what's Two Horses? Where's the name Two Horses
The
come
name
from?
Two Horses. I used to travel a long time ago, and I carried a bunch of gear with me.
What kind of gear?
Just so I got this name. I was traveling east. I met a Native American guy traveling west, and we're standing there talking. And then he asked me what my name was. I said Jack. He goes, "Well, what's your Native American name? You got some Indian in you?" I said, "Yeah, I got Cherokee and Seminole in me, but I don't have an Indian name." He said, "Well, I'm gonna name you Two Horses." And at the time, I had a backpack, and then another smaller bag, and I had a little tiny case on wheels.
Yeah.
He's standing there with a bedroll. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna name you Two Horses." And I said, "Well, that sounds interesting, but why are you calling me Two Horses?" He said, "You need two horses to carry all this shit with you,
That's
So
great.
it's stuck.
That's really good.
Yeah, I try not to travel with so much stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still like to travel?
I haven't since I've been here. In
Yeah.
6 years, I've been sitting here
Yeah.
year round.
Nice.
Yeah,
Have you traveled a lot?
I did. I've traveled overseas a lot. I've lived in Japan before, and I've traveled a little bit in South Korea, and been to Hawaii a few times, and crisscrossed the country a bunch of times.
Nice. What brought you to San Diego,
Slab City?
to Slab City? Yeah.
The economy started tanking around 2010. And I started losing my jobs. I lived in San Francisco. It was really expensive. And Christmas Eve, I got on the internet and I typed how to live for free, and this place came up. So I came down here just as for a year experiment.
That was
turned into 6.
No way.
Yeah,
Wow.
I just meant to stay a year. But
What
I found this on the internet.
What were you doing? What kind of work were
I
you
was in
doing?
property management, and I was a florist, and I was an apprentice jeweler. I made jewelry under a couple different guys.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you still do any jewelry making?
Not since I lived here. You think I would, but
Hmm.
I've been working on this place and painting it, and
Seems like jewelry would be a good thing here with all the
Yeah,
tourists. It
you
seems
think
like there
so?
could be
yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
Well, you're doing it. The place is really cool. Do you do all the painting and everything?
My painting's done by a lot of my friends that come through here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just keep building, and they come and stay with me and paint on the walls.
Oh, cool.
This is art's done from people from all over the place.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
each one's done by someone different.
That's super cool. Do you think you're gonna stay, or do you have a?
So far, it looks like it. Looks like it.
Yeah.
Once you start building something out here, you kind of stuck. If you leave it, it'll just get stripped apart.
That's what he was just.
Yeah.
That's what he was just telling
Yeah.
us.
You build your own
You
prisons
gotta
out
put
here.
you gotta put somebody in here
Yeah.
if you
If you want to leave, you gotta have a caretaker to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you build your own prison?
Yeah.
Do you have family and stuff back in
They're in Northern California.
Northern California?
Yeah.
Do they ever come out or?
My sister's been down twice, and my niece has been down once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look around, curious, what am I doing out here in the desert, just above Mexico? Why
I
are you
just
here?
I just saw Border Patrol. Do you guys ever have?
I see Border Patrol all the time, daily. I have yet to see someone that looks like an illegal coming through here
Yeah.
at all.
Mhm.
Never.
I wonder what they're up to. I wonder what the Border
Killing
Patrol.
time, probably.
Yeah.
Right around looking at us.
Right. Can you just, for somebody that doesn't know much about Slab City, can you just talk to what daily life is like here? I mean, I guess it might be different for everybody, but what's daily life like for you?
For the most part, Slab City is. You wake up in the morning and you do whatever you want to do. You got no schedule and you got nothing you have to do. You got nowhere you have to be.
Yeah.
So most people create art or just hang out with their friends and have a good time, write music, make music.
Mm-hmm.
Draw, paint, or just sit around and watch movies with a bunch of friends. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Just some people get up in the morning and hang out, and then
go right back to bed for a few hours, then get up again.
Do you is the social? Do you find it pretty easy to find some good people to?
Yeah, there's a big social scene out here. Every Saturday night we have live music at a place called The Range. People build camps out here, and some people build like a private camp, and some people build a camp that's more open to the public. A guy named Builder Bill has built this outdoor little amphitheater, I'll call it.
That's The Range, right?
That's The Range, and we have live music every Saturday night.
That's fun.
Now, this is a slow season. Usually we have a lot more events in the wintertime. Radio Mike from New York usually comes out here, and he has a Friday night party at his camp. And the Oasis Club has a little acoustic show on Wednesday nights. And there used to be a guy here, he died a couple years ago, named Movie Matt, and he had a giant movie screen in his camp. It was a walk-in movie theater. You just brought your pillows and blankets. Every Sunday night he'd have a double feature.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's gotta be fun.
Yeah. Make some reality TV. So he came out Slab. He goes, where? He goes, well, there's a place called Slab City. He looked around, found me, and we shot the thing, and that's on Vimeo. But he wants to. And for 2 years I've been picking up these broken mirrors. I take a bucket, walk around, and then I break them really small when I need them, and then use the bigger pieces the way they are.
Cool.
This is my latest art project.
Very good.
Yeah. Each one's gonna be like snowflakes. Each one will be different when I'm done. This is the one I'm working on at the moment. It's not done yet. But yeah.
Super cool.
It could catch.
A bunch of colored lights, and they hit it and reflect. But yeah, it's a fun project.
I can see that.
What are you cooking?
I'm gonna do asparagus and what else? Some samosas and maybe some Indian food.
Yeah. Have you spent time in India?
No.
No. I would love to know how to cook Indian food. One of my favorites. That's my girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Maybe I'll tell them to go around.
So
Thanks for sitting with me, Captain.
I'm rolling. I'm Lowell, and you're
Nova Star.
Nova Star. Denton. Cool. So I explained that I'm working for a company that's coming out to shoot a documentary, and we just want to know a little bit about what it's like to live in Slab City day to day. Like, what do you guys do? What do you do for fun? What do you do day to day?
Well, most of the time I try and do as much art as I can.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the reason why I come out here, so I have the free time to just make art all day and not have to worry about paying rent or, people telling me how I can and cannot live. So that's nice.
How long have you been here?
Seasonally for 6 years, I think.
Huh. Wow. And you stay year round?
No, I have stayed one summer, but it is brutal because it gets to like 130. And at that point, I'm just laying, sweating, and doing nothing. I don't even want to eat.
It's too hard to do, yeah.
It's too much. Maybe if I got an air conditioning unit, that'd be.
So where do you go? Where do you go during the summers?
During the summer, I just travel. This year, I'm gonna go up to Portland, Oregon.
Yeah. Right on.
Last summer, I was in New Orleans. No, I was in Flagstaff last summer.
That's where I'm from.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just camping out in the woods and in my van, and it was just so wonderful.
Isn't it wonderful there?
75 degrees. For everyone else is like 110.
And you can just camp for free there. You just pull up on the fire. It's great.
Yeah, there's so many places.
Nice. Oh, like Flagstaff?
And Sedona. I really enjoy Sedona, but I don't like that they don't have very many trees.
You know, Oak Creek in between the two is sweet.
The artesian well.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of art do you do?
Well, I sew, and that's why I'm covered in all this fuzz, and I crochet, and...
Did you make your outfit?
Mm-mm.
No. What kind of stuff do you sew?
Well, I make stuffed animals, and I'm making a bubble bobble onesie for my friend right now. So that's gonna be... it's tiring, but yeah, it's gonna be cool.
I sew too.
Do you?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I do canvas work, like canvas and upholstery and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So I have like a big heavy duty walking foot sewing machine. Yeah.
I've always wanted to do upholstery.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, kind of fun.
Where are you from? I'm sorry, did you already say?
I don't think so.
Yeah, where were you before you started coming out here? What made you start coming out here?
I was traveling, and I was in San Diego, and some of my friends told me about this place, and they said, oh, you should come out for New Year's. There's going to be a huge rave in the desert. And I was like, oh, okay. And I went, and it was really fun, but I didn't really come all the way into Slabs until maybe the next year. And then I met Jack and camped in his front yard. And then, yeah, I just kept coming back. And then eventually I got this probably 2 years ago. And this year I just built all this. And
So when you leave, who's going to caretake it so it doesn't get...
usually Jack does, but I don't know if you hear, he gets, he's been having like a really hard time in the summer. He almost dies every year now because he gets, heat stroke.
Oh, wow.
So he has air conditioning, but he doesn't have money to run it, so I'm going to try and get that for him if he can't get out for the summer. But next year I'm going to watch our camps for him so that way he can get out.
He can get out.
Yeah.
Nice. He seems like a really good dude.
He's really neat.
Yeah,
He's
I
so
like
kooky.
Caribe is cool too. Caribe?
Caribe,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's full of life.
Yeah, did you see inside of his house?
Mm-hmm.
I've met him and I've known him for a while, and I just now saw his house this year, and I was like, this is so amazing. You see the outside bed around back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's
gets
doing.
that shower running. I'm going over there.
Seriously.
I mean,
He's doing a good job.
we're so dirty all the time.
I don't know, man. What can you guys share with us?
Oh,
for
sorry.
people that don't know anything about Slab City, like what's the social aspect like? I mean, you certainly, it seems like you're surrounded by some really cool people.
Yeah.
Do you guys have some friends? You know, is it pretty
I
easy?
actually don't socialize very much out here. I kind of
Yeah.
come out here to be a hermit, but I do go to the range on Saturday nights, and then there's the library, which is open and welcome.
Yeah, we've met Cornelius.
Yeah, yeah. And there's actually, I don't know if you saw, there's a VIP lounge,
Mhm.
like over there.
We talked to him. Yep.
Oh, cool. So,
I guess I'm making the rounds, aren't I?
yeah, you're meeting pretty much everyone cool. There used to be a lot more going on, but I think some people have fizzled out this year, and I'm not sure why.
Mm-hmm.
So, what to do out here, I guess. I guess the beauty of it is that you can pick a spot and build something and stay as long as you want and not worry about getting kicked out or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
The social aspect. I just socialize with Jack, that's it. And my dogs.
And this guy.
And this guy.
And this guy showed up.
Are you just visiting, or?
I've been here for about 3 months, but I've never actually been over to this side until recently when I met her.
Oh yeah. So you guys met here?
Mhm.
Yes. They wanted me to find like either a couple or a family, people that had
Our friends
met
and-
in the slab. So you guys pulled that off for me. Thank you.
Cool.
Did you guys meet at the range?
Kind of. I saw you at the range. I was like,
Who's that guy?
yeah. And then they came flying through here in a car that wasn't theirs, and the bottom of it was like falling off. There's dust flying everywhere, and they're just like, "Ah." And then they drive into Jack's camp, and I was like, well, there's that crazy weird hottie over there.
That sounds like Mad Max almost with the falling apart car.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty neat looking, though. It was pretty cool looking. Weirded out.
So whose car did you guys rip the bottom out of?
It's probably ripped out now, but it was one of my military buddies that I came here with,
Yeah.
John.
Oh, that was his car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that thing now does not have wheels,
Doesn't-
right?
Yeah, it doesn't even have wheels now.
Sitting
It's-
somewhere in the
They
slabs
fell
without
completely
wheels.
apart.
I
Yeah.
hope that doesn't happen to my car.
Yeah.
My car broke down by the library.
Oh really? It's still there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully I'll get it fixed tomorrow, though.
Are you guys gonna be around? I think for the prom
Mhm.
thing. Yeah, cool. Because I think that's when they're trying to come out
Oh, to film?
to film. Yeah.
Cool. It's interesting that the documentary crews come out here when it starts to get really hot. It's like all the people show up like earlier. New Year's would be perfect for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just
Are you guys listening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then there's just tons of traveler kids and yeah, all
It's a
sorts
lot
of
more
crazy
fun.
stuff.
New Year's, but it's probably cold, isn't it? Cold at night.
It's cold at night, but I mean, if you have a sleeping bag and a tent,
Yeah.
but during the day it's lovely. It's like 70.
Yeah. I was here like, I don't know, a week ago or something. And it was like 70. It was great.
Yeah, and now it's like 95.
Yeah.
Here it goes.
Great. Thank you. I think that gives us a good idea.
Yeah.
So I'll cut that.